Rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Jimos County Commissioners Court for today, August 22nd, 2025, 9 a.m. is now in session. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. I think we have one person, Ms. Marin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the court, please?
Miramadine. Miramadine. Start. Okay. My name is Mira Marine. I'm a civil rights advocate from Washington, D.C. I have public notice for Jim Wells County Commissioners Court. This is in accordance to the USC Rules of Civil Rights and Procedures and Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. The Constitution of the United States has an overarching requirement and every state must follow. I don't think that anyone here will deny that. The states cannot enact their own and alternative legislation substituted by guarantees of the Constitution of the United States. That would mean that the state laws are more powerful than the Constitution, and that would be unlawful. The United States Clause 1, Amendment 5 of the United States Constitution says that no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless presentment of a grand jury. However, the state of Texas has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits the prosecuting attorneys, police officers, and charging by charge of information rather than by indictment. This is unconstitutional and unlawful. The amalgamate violation is when you pay public officials to break the law. The Constitution has 2 areas of enforcement on this. One is Article 1, Section 10, where it says that no state shall create any law that shall impair the obligations of contracts. Police officers, prosecutors, judges, and all are under a contract and contracts to perform that are based upon their oath of affirmation that they took in office. The second one is in 14th Amendment is the other place that you'll find the reinforcement of this issue, and that is where no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges and immunities of the United States citizen. The privileges and immunities of United States citizens that are a minimum of those that are enumerated within the Bill of Rights in the first 10 amendments, they cannot be impaired, and thus the state of Texas has enacted a law that is inferior to the Constitution and is permitting public officials and law enforcement whom you pay to violate the Constitution of the United States. As a result, there are an inordinate amount of people currently imprisoned in the state of Texas, illegally and unconstitutional. I am asking you, honorable individuals, to please take a look at Clause 1, Amendment 5, and confirm what I'm saying is true, and then direct your public officials to act in a lawful and constitutional manner consistent with the obligations that are codified in the Constitution of the United States of America. I have a notice that I would like to put on and for the record. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else who'd like to address the court at this time? If none, I'll go to agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take action to approve minutes from previous meeting.
Yeah, I just had one little slight correction there on the 300 tank barrel. It's a tank in Palito Blanco. It's actually a 300 barrel tank, not 300 gallons. So it's a little slight mistake there.
On which one?
On the, where it says that I made a comment about a 300 barrel tank for fire and in Palito Blanco. It's actually a 300 barrel, not 300 gallons.
Okay, is that a motion to approve?
No, it's just noticed for the minutes.
Just public information.
It was just public information.
All right, can I entertain a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, presentation by Texas State Soil and Water Conservation Board to present Commissioner Precinct 2 Ventura Garcia with a check from flood control O&M program reimbursement request.
Good morning. My name is Arnold Trejo. I'm with the Soil and Water Conservation District for Jim Wells County, 355. And I have some money to be delivered here. And do you want this to be placed there in
Yeah.
a particular place?
We'll accept it, and I do thank you for your generosity, the dams look a lot better because what you all contributed. For the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years, you all donated money to the small dams projects, and I appreciate it because they look a lot better. So, we can take a picture and
I wanted to thank you all, Judge.
What is the amount of that check?
$18,963.
$18,963.
Yes.
actually, I reapplied for another one.
Okay.
For next year, hopefully we'll get another one.
But I want to thank you all very much for taking care of this and staying on top of it. There's a lot of good stuff that you all are doing, and we really appreciate it. And you all don't give up. That's great. And tell you what, you got all our backing and working together with you all. We appreciate you all very much, and we love you for doing such a darn good job, real good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arnold. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the way, so I can hear.
Thank you all so much. Really appreciate you guys. Yes, sir.
We'll do it again next year. I hope so.
We'll be backing you up, sir.
Yes, sir.
Promise you that.
Thank you so much.
You got the. Thank you very much.
So all this money goes right back to the levies and dams, right, Judge?
Yes, all that money goes back to the levees and dams, which,
It's already, actually, it's already been deposited to the small dam projects, it's not road and bridge or anything, it's just, small dam project.
good, very good. Thank you, God. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys very much. Agenda item number 6, consent agenda. Consent agenda items will be voted on in one vote and will not be discussed separately unless requested by the county judge, commissioner, or a citizen. I think we have one slight correction on that one.
Yes, on that one, it's number 1 for the Safety and Inspection Department. That actually was approved and added on the agenda of Commissioners Court July the 14th of 2025. So it was just sent again in error, and Cindy was already made aware of that. She's the one that informed us of that.
That one's gonna be excluded.
Correct.
Make a motion to approve item number 6
Second.
with the changes on excluding the transfer from safety and inspections.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, and take action on a petition to call an election to prohibit certain animals from running at large in Jim Wells County, and if approved, placing the measure on the ballot during the November general election. And I don't know, I don't see Mr. Acevedo, Deputy Acevedo here. Sheriff, no?
You want to table, you want to move on? You want to put it,
Actually, Judge, our office was able to certify the 50 signatures required for the petition, so it can go forward. Mike was preparing the order for y'all.
Okay. Okay, so it's ready to go? Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that?
When they yes, I have a question. When certain animals, what kind of animals are they talking about?
Yeah.
I'm Joseph Guy Baker, Sheriff, Jim Wells County. I don't have the exhaustive list, but basically, this law was first enacted. I think it was in like 1918 or not 1927. They excluded goats, and they of course now we have exotic deer that we have all across the county. So they're just adding in these additional livestock that wasn't an issue back in 1920, 26. There's so especially the goats to get out of the people's fences and things like that and get on the roadways. That wasn't something that we could enforce at that time. And of course, your exotic deer and then they put in mares, but they didn't put in, donkeys and things like that. So it's just basically adding those domestic and those exotic animals that we now have to deal with, adding that to the law. That's the change.
Sheriff, let me ask you a question. But we were in a conference and there was a presentation where the guy said, if you own the property on the one side of the road and on both sides of the road, you can actually cross as long as you have cattle guards in between.
If they have cattle guards and fences where they're not obstructing traffic and nobody's gonna, let's say, cause an accident or something like that, this doesn't prohibit that. So, basically, we're looking at, hogs, sheep, goats, alpacas, and then exotic animals. Just adding that to the existing list. So nothing as far as enforcement changes, nothing as far as anything else, is changing, other than adding those particular animals to the list.
So where do dogs sit here with animals?
This is for
Wildlife?
livestock and the exotic deer. So it's separate. It doesn't have anything to do with the dogs and cats as far as domesticated pets. It has nothing to do with the pets.
And in order to update this, it must go into an election.
It has to go into an election. So we do have the petition is completed as previously said, for the amount of signatures needed, so they can go to a general election or for an election to the community.
All righty. That being said,
Make a motion to approve item number 7 is presented, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 8. Discuss, consider, and take action to offer a purchase tax sale suit number 04081176-B, Bembo Palito Blanco Independent School District versus Johnny Zamora Jr. Count number 12550-026-00200, 0.137 acres, more or less, being a portion of block 44 on Scholars, Dooley, Chow, and Peters, and Munich subdivision, and Scott Ranch, Jim Wells County, Texas, and described in deed dated May 23rd, 1999, from Johnny Zamora Jr. and Angela Garcia in volume 683, page 154, official record of Jim Wells County, Texas.
Yes, this item was tabled from the previous meeting, and one of the part of it was because there was a $36,000, I believe, owed in taxes, back taxes, and only bid they had gotten on it was $1,000. So we kind of set it back to see if something else would happen. We contacted some people. Nothing happened, so it is what it is. We move on. Hopefully it'll get back on tax roll and we collect on it. So I make a motion to approve item 2 for sale.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Let's see.
Bless you. Agenda item number 9, discuss, consider, and take action on a proposed interlocal agreement between Jim Wells County and the city of Alice for Halo Flight. This is between us, which is Jim Wells County, and the city of Alice, and Halo Flight. They utilize the airport for landing and for whatever other needs that they have. This is basically something we do regularly with Halo Flight to assist them in assisting.
So we're gonna charge them $275 per month?
Yes, that's the rate that they've been paying, yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed?
I'm just gonna say, we're gonna charge Halo Flight to have their helicopter here to get quicker services. We're charging them $275 a month.
Yes, I'm not sure, is Mr. Guerra, he's still in court? I think he had more information than I do on this. Okay. Yeah, it's to my knowledge that's what they, that's what we do with Halo Flight. They actually pay for the 30 by 30 area over there on the terminal.
How much is the fee?
$275 a month.
75?
I just feel that for their services, why should we even charge?
Oh, I understand. I understand what you're
And
saying.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I just feel that their services here is a huge advantage for us to have in the county. And I think we need to,
I make a motion to approve.
which one?
The Halo Flight,
The charge?
the interlocal agreement.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Renee had motion.
Renee had already motioned.
Okay, so there's, so Renee motion and,
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Garcia second? Okay, and, if there's any further discussion, we can meet with the city manager. He'll have the majority of information on this. So I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Side.
Motion,
And I want to vote no for it because I just feel that we shouldn't charge them.
okay, we
That's
have one no.
Sign.
Was that a yea or no? Or
Nay.
nay?
Sign.
Okay, so we have 2 nays and three yeas. Agenda item number 10. Discuss, consider, and take action on interlocal agreement between Jim Wells County, the city of Alice, for operation and maintenance for the Alice International Airport. This, excuse me. This, agreement came through because last year at this time during budget, we approved, airport assistance in 150,000 a year to do our part as far as the Jim Wells County and the city of Alice Airport is concerned, International Airport is concerned. So, the only way that we can pay that amount, the amount that we had already agreed on, we need to have this interlocal agreement approved. So this is what we're here for today. This agreement is a $150,000 contribution. And if there's any other, money requested or funds requested for grants or anything like that, we will bring it back to Commissioners Court, and that's not to exceed 20,000. This agreement, begins January 1st, 2025, and ends December 31st, 2027. And the initial term, the initial 3-year term can be extended for an additional 2 years if brought back and approved through Commissioners Court.
It's gonna have to be brought back.
Yeah, yeah, just for approval. We're gonna basically do our part for the next 3 years. We see how that goes. And if everything works out the way it's supposed to be working out, then we can bring it back to Commissioners Court, address any issues and approve or construct a whole new interlocal agreement.
And this is to cover what expenses?
Maintenance, any maintenance, that needs to be done around the courthouse. I mean, not the courthouse, the airport. And, what's gonna happen is they will submit any invoices and we will,
Okay, so we're not giving them the money directly, they're giving us.
right, yeah, we're getting it through invoice. We're gonna pay invoices, and we have, the agreement says 30 days to pay the invoice, so, give or take 30 days. Any maintenance that's done over there or any projects that are completed over there that fit the bid of this contract, they'll submit the invoice and we pay it out.
Would that be brought to county court?
Well, we would be approving those invoices through the
Bills.
Bills, yes.
I make a motion to approve the item as presented.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Thank you, appreciate that. 8/22. Item number 11, discuss, consider, and take action to certify the cybersecurity training completion report for 2025.
Good morning, County Judge and Commissioner. I'm Robert Silva, and I'm the Jim Wells County IT Department. And that's what I would let you know, I submitted the final cybersecurity completion report. And the good thing is that we were successfully compliant with the Texas DIR mandatory training requirement. We're at 100%, and we had about 240 employees complete those training. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robert. I know that's a tough deal to try to get all the employees to get it done, and you were able to do that, so congratulations and congratulations to your hard work and dedication, Robert. Thank you. I know that's a tough feat.
We will continue to do that every year.
Sir.
It's really important to help us.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12, discuss, consider, and take action to approve road assessment services for Viasla, Vasela, a measurement company. Vasela is a sole source corporation.
Let's go ahead and get Vaisela to do a road assessment for the county. And I think that'd be a great asset for the county to let us know what kind of road conditions we have throughout the county. We don't have a cost yet, but I think that we can request a cost, see how much that cost is gonna be, and then we'll proceed from there.
Do you know if that was, because he didn't, when he was here giving on that presentation, he had put, like the road count for all Jim Wells County roads, but in one. Are they gonna do us by precinct? Is everything gonna be by precinct?
Yeah, everything will be by piece, but you're gonna have a total. The whole county's be done, and then you just pull out whatever you need. So every road's gonna be, the assessment's gonna be done through all the roads, and then they're gonna categorize them by worst to best, 1 through 5, 5 being bad, and then, so let's say 137 is the worst road, and then 308 is the second worst road in the county, then you're right there. So those are the county roads that we're looking at to reconstruct, not seal coat, it's just reconstruction roads, which takes too much of our money from our regular budget to be able to fix. You spend so much money on one road and you're wiped out already. So we're asking for different funding to come up in a different way to be able to fund those reconstruction roads. So when we bring all this data to the county commissioner's court or the constituents, you can tell them, this is where we categorized each road, this is where we're at, this is where we want to be in 5 years, and these are the roads we're going to attack first because due to most damage and most traffic. That's how you categorize them. So it'll include the whole county. So it's not just going to give you your precinct's worst numbers, it's going to categorize them between all numbers. Because like I said, I have County Road 440, which is a very high traffic road, and it's a 5, so it's 15 miles long. So how do I tell somebody in Tecolote that I got a county road dead end, half a mile, that there's only one house, or pay by? I need to do this one first, because it's already categorized, it's already, the data shows that this is a high traffic, most damaged road. And once again, like we said, if we have a disaster, you already have the value of that road by the assessment done through this data. And it'll be able to go back to FEMA and say, hey, this is what it costs us to get it done. So, okay, expenses covered, there it is. Right now, we don't have anything. We don't have a road mileage count for each precinct. We don't have anything that we can solid say, here it is. And like I said, it may be you, Mr. Garcia, could have the worst roads, or George. I know I'm probably gonna get hurt here because we've already repaired a lot of them, but it doesn't matter. If you say in 5 years, you expect to be here, if your worst roads are 3 of them in precinct 1 and 2 of them over here, and then 1 is over there, and I'm at the bottom, well, eventually you're gonna get to me, and eventually you're gonna start getting to the other commissioners that, how bad is it a 5 or is it a 3, So if the road is just a 3, well, it's gonna get a lot faster. So it's just valuable information you're able to give over to the constituents and to the commissioner's court to be able to let them know where you're headed with it and where you're gonna be and where to expect to be in 3, 4, 5 years.
So, to approve them without an amount, you can't do that, can you? And don't we have to go out for bids? Because we did get, Kira came and gave me an email, I don't know if everybody else got one, but from another company, I don't know. Do we have to go out for bids? Isn't that what we usually do? I don't know.
Not because if it's a sole source, his understanding was that we didn't need one.
But Commissioner, it's not a sole source. That's the problem here. There's other companies, and if we were to do something like this, we would have to go through RFQs, bids, or whatever. We cannot just say, we're gonna take this company. It's not a sole source like the agenda item says. So we're gonna have to request for bids. The concept might be the greatest, but we need to hear from other companies.
I'm all for it myself, it's just that without an amount, I don't see how we could approve something without an amount.
Well, as what Ventura has said, there's not a sole source. I have a document from the
Yeah.
company that it
And I
is
have a
sole
company,
source.
I have a source, I have a letter from another company saying the same thing.
They don't do the same thing.
They do the same thing, that's what they're saying.
Anybody
That's why we need to put it out for bids, so we
We're
can,
gonna let them put something out, see what it looked like.
yeah.
If we like it, we go for it. If we don't, we don't.
No, but we can, we cannot spend money just because they say that it's a sole source. We have to compare.
This
That's-
is
that's the
valuable.
problem.
We're gonna get valuable data to present to the community. This is why we need to get these roads fixed. For the years, no data has been available. Nobody, for the people in the west side of Alice, don't know what conditions the roads are in Orange Grove or Precinct 2 or Precinct 4. This is available data, and it'll be open to the public to see, hey, these are the worst roads in this county, and they need to get fixed. So,
I just want to say, I want to add, and I want to express something that was said right now. And I'll let the taxpayers know, we're not spending your money, we're investing your money into a program that's going to give us a lot of valuable data to be able to show to the Commissioners Court and to the constituents what priorities, we're going to prioritize our road construction. That's what it's going to do. So if it's $1 or $90,000, it's an investment that's worth every penny. Okay? You guys want to go for bids? Let's go for bids. I don't have a problem. Let's go, put it back on the table. Let's put it out there. Let's get bids on it. The letter was presented whether it's a sole source. They want to argue that part of it. I don't want to argue. I want to fix roads. I want to go forward. I want to get things done. When I do that, let's do it.
Well, why didn't they put their amount on here? I'm just wondering.
I know the amount, but I'm not going to say the amount, because if I say the amount, they're going to say, no, let's go for bids. The amount's already been given out.
He's right.
So we know the amount, and it's very affordable. It's very affordable. The highest, one of the bids that we had was 90,000, not bid, but one of the purchases that I talked was $90,000. And I myself thought it was, it's a little high. Well, I got one way cheaper than that, way cheaper than that. So this is it.
So as a county judge, I wanna help, do all I can to help my commissioners and our commissioners for Jim Wells County to fix the roads. And I really think that this could be and could provide us with valuable information, just like Mr. Aguilar says, and I really do think it will. The only issue that I have with this one is this is the only one that we've seen. That's the only issue. I would like to see another company, see what they offer, see what we're comparing it to. And then compare the prices, and then make a decision, a logical decision, because I'm caught in between both sides, because we've been talking about providing more money for roads, and we know that our money's very limited. So, like Mr. Gonzalez says, it's an investment. Yes, it is an investment too, but you're also asking for money for roads too. So we have to weigh all these things out before we make that decision. And the main thing is approving this one today, we won't see any others. And that's all I'm asking. Let's see something else. Let's see what else is provided, because what was presented last week, it was good, but I'm thinking that maybe there's something I'm missing or what, but there might be something better. And if there isn't, let's contract, let's do it. But to do it right now, this second, I think it was a little premature. We could have got more information on them to put it back today, but I vote that we table it, and if we decide to go out for RFP, let's go for RFP. Let's do it. Only so we can see what else is out there and how much it costs. I'm not sure what, after hearing what I just said.
When you start evaluating roads, you got to think that there's 4 precincts out there. and they all represent different constituents. So if you take monies from one precinct to the other, some of these constituents are not gonna like it. So if that's the intent, you know, I think that we can evaluate by precinct, but not as a county, you know, because, you know, we're gonna be caught in between a rock and a hard place, because some constituents are gonna, you know, are not gonna like some of their money going to another precinct, and vice versa, you know, so it's,
My understanding, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
For the record,
Because I would-
that's not the intention. For the record, that is not gonna happen.
that's
Take
not
money
what,
from one precinct to another. No, sir. Just let's get the facts straight.
well, and then you should address it as a evaluation by precinct, like, I wanna know the road count on my roads and assess the conditions, you know, but we do it by precinct, not by a
Well,
whole county, because we all get paid, or we get monies from the county according to our road mileage. If our conditions in our precinct are not very good, we haven't been doing a very good job. You understand? You know, so, you know, like, I get 16% of the road and bridge monies. You get 19. Commissioner, you get 30. Commissioner, you get 34. So you get more monies than I do. So I cannot, you know, I can't lose any more money than I, you know, we can't transfer monies from one precinct to the other. So, you know, evaluating conditions by precinct, it's one thing, and by county, it's another. Because, you know, then you're gonna request more monies for a road that might be in precinct 1 or 4 or 3 versus mine, you know, so anyway, you know, there's a discussion to be made on this issue, you know.
I got something to say. You say that, Mr. Garcia, that there's going to be money transferred from one account to an account. And I know that's the biggest fear here right now, is that you think that we're attacking your funding. We're not. Our concerns is fixing the roads. For the last 30 years, this court has done the same thing, mileage, mileage, mileage. It doesn't get anything done. It has gotten nothing done. The people out there have seen it. Everybody's seen it. Where's our money? You're raising taxes. We're fixing to go into the budget right now. And I'm gonna quote a word that was said earlier. We're limited in the funds. Okay, remember that. So let me say, we're investing money in fixing our roads. And you say the mileage is done by mileage. It's a road, why don't we do a road assessment? That's why nobody's attacking your money. And I'm telling you right now, nobody's attacking your money. We know we have $2 million, save them there, save them forever, that's fine. I don't wanna save money, I wanna fix roads. That's what I wanna do. I wanna fix the roads. Because I hear the people complain every day. Look at your road, Diana, it's bad, right? Yeah, but she doesn't have 50 cars going by there. So I gotta wait for 440 because it's got a lot more traffic. But I'm limited on the funds. But if we unite together and get all the funding together, I'm not here for precinct 4, I'm here for the whole county. That's the difference. I'm here for the whole county, guys. I understand there's other areas that are bad. And I'm telling you, I'm the only one that can tell you that I'm probably gonna get hurt because I've already fixed more roads. So when you do the road assessment, I'm gonna have a lot of 1, 2, 3s, not too many 5s, because by the time this gets done, I've already fixed more. We just fixed 4 miles this past week, you know? So to say that we're picking at somebody's, no, we're not. We're asking general fund to do it. We're doing, set aside money from other fundings, earmarked strictly for road construction. It's not no brainer. It doesn't, I don't have to be a rocket scientist to sit up here. If you have common sense to see that there's problems over there, let's address those problems. Yes, Mr. Aguilar over there and myself work very close together, and we share equipment, stuff like that to get stuff done, and we've gotten a lot done. I'm willing to participate in helping other precincts. I'm not, you know, it's taxpayer dollars, it's the same thing, it's the whole county. You know, I'm not gonna say that the money's gonna stay from this precinct in this area, this precinct's gonna stay in that area. That's not the way it works. It's the whole county. How do we expect to improve our cities, our county, to attract any other company to come in here and make an investment with us when the roads are in, embarrassing? It's worse than Mexico. You know, yet here we're gonna raise taxes, here we're gonna go do this, here we're gonna do that, but we cannot fix the roads. And I see and I hear the complaints from the people. They're going taxes up again. What about the roads? Oh, we're gonna go give a raise to everybody, but what about our roads? How do I answer to them? And my answer is, let's change the system. We're not changing the formula for the budget, and I know that's the biggest fear on that side. It's not. I respect what you do, I respect what you say, but I'm looking at a different formula, which is we're asking for monies from general fund and other investments that we have.
You're not
and we're
asking
gonna-
for a different formula, Mitchell.
Monday?
You're not asking for a different formula, you're asking for more money. That's why we're here today, to start the budget process, to see if we can even afford it. You're talking about the county, I'm talking about all the constituents and all the departments. And you're talking about road and bridge. We get funded every year, and if our roads don't look as good as they should, guess what? It's our fault. Because, that's the money that was allocated to us, and we try to make sense of it. When I get my budget, I look at it and I project what I'm gonna do that year. And if if there's no monies that the county can provide for us, extra monies, this is all I got to work with. We can't ask the constituents to pay an extra 5 cents taxes.
Exactly. We shouldn't be asking you guys to pay anymore.
Hold on,
I don't want to raise the
I
taxes.
think we strayed away to what this agenda item is. The agenda item is to approve a road assessment, or we table it, to go out for RFP.
Another thing I'd like to say on that, Judge, though, we have a road count. It might not be exact to the point, but it's pretty close to the road mileage that we need. We know the width, we know the conditions. If you don't know the conditions of your road, for God's sake, you need to go look at your roads. I know the conditions on my roads. I know the width and the length, and, the only thing that I don't know is the road count. And I think that's what the commissioner from Shaba is looking for, road count, to see how, the traffic count on each road. That way she can evaluate her road count versus her conditions of the road. So for God's sake, we don't need to spend money on something that we should know already. So anyway,
answer to that, Judge.
like the judge says,
I want to
we're
answer
off
to
of
that.
it.
It's an embarrassment to hear somebody in the commissioner's court say that you don't know your roads. I do know my roads. I know exactly every detail to a road. The community doesn't know the condition of the roads. People in Fremont don't realize the issues that we have in Bembo. The Bembo people don't know what the issues we have in Fremont. But you know what? You want to play it that way? I can honestly tell you that my precinct may not be the worst precinct, but it's way up there. But I guarantee you, your precinct, Mr. Garcia, is one of the best ones there is, because there's no heavy traffic and there's nothing to be fixed. So there it is. I say what I said. Let's go.
How do you know there's no traffic, Commissioner?
Mr. Garcia, there's no traffic over there, sir.
Okay, let's get back,
Let's move forward.
to
Let's move
agenda item
forward.
number 12. Are we gonna table this item?
I make a
table it.
motion to go out for bids for road assessment.
Okay, so we gotta do this. It's not on the agenda, so
Okay.
let's table this, and then we can bring it back, the next commissioner's court on the agenda to go out for RFP.
All right,
So
sounds good.
You change your,
Yes, I withdraw my motion.
and change it to table, or?
Let's table the
I'll make a motion, we table.
item.
I'll make a motion, we table. Do I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13, discuss, consider, and take action on the financing agreement for a motor grader for Commissioner Precinct 1, George Aguilar.
Yes, Commissioners, Judge, on this financing agreement, we had requested 150,000. We ended up using only 105,000. So that's the final number on the financing agreement. I just wanted to make it public so the public can know and the Commissioners Court.
This was approved already, right? Or
Yes,
no?
it was approved. Everything
so-
was approved before. We would just get into the final documentation of the financing agreement.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 14, discuss, consider year 2025 proposed tax rate and take a record vote, and if necessary, set a date for a public hearing. I'm gonna read this one out, and I'm gonna read number 15 out also, because we're gonna be discussing the 2026 budget while we're doing this. So discuss, agenda item number 15, discuss, consider the year 2026 budget. Right now, we have Mr. Rodriguez to do a little presentation on the tax rates. I have provided you guys with one of these.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Commissioners, thank you very much for having me here this morning. My name is Carlos Rodriguez. I'm the Chief Appraiser for the Jim Wells County Appraisal District Office. And as you all know, we also do the assessing and the collections for the county, the school districts, the cities, and all the special taxing units in our county. So I just want to give a brief overview of what our values have done in 2025, and also to do a comparison or review the different scenarios for the tax rates that you all have. Starting with evaluations, you'll have a spreadsheet in front of you, all that I put on top of your desk. That gives you an idea of what the values have done this year versus last year for the county. The very top row shows the comparison between this year and last year, and it does show that there was an increase in value for the county of a little over 9%. That translates to a dollar amount of about $243 million more in taxable value this year than last year. And the spreadsheet also gives you an idea of where that value more or less came from, the different areas. If you look 4 rows down, you'll see the Bembo Palito Blanco Independent School District. They had about a 21% increase in their taxable value. That came from a reappraisal that we did this past year. 2 rows down from that, you have the Orange Grove ISD, who also had about a 21% increase in value. Now, that value increase came about mainly because they added a solar farm out there that was about $60 million. So more than half of that increase was from that solar farm by itself. And then on the back page, you'll see the San Diego ISD had about a 20% increase. A small area, but we did do a reappraisal. So the increases in Humboldt ISD and San Diego ISD came about because of a reappraisal that we did. Orange Grove is primarily that solar farm that we picked up for 2025. So that's what our values have done for this year. As far as the tax rates, I think Judge Pete gave you all a breakdown there of the different tax rates. There is a little bit of a difference between what this spreadsheet shows and it actually is. When I was talking to y'all's auditor, Cindy, she caught a calculation error, so we got that fixed. It had to do with the railroad rolling stock that the comptroller's office certifies. Our new software picks that up and adds it automatically. It didn't do it last year, and it's our brand new software, so we added it twice in the calculation, so we got that fixed. The 2 rates that are important are going to be the no new revenue rate and the voter approval rate. On the judge's spreadsheet, it shows that the no new revenue rate is 0.724576. It actually should be slightly different, 0.725661.
I corrected it on our sheet.
You did already? Okay, very good. So that, the no new revenue is supposed to be the rate that will give you the same revenue as last year, but it doesn't include new improvements. So that's why the no new revenue rate will still give the county an additional $577,000 in revenue this year. And the other rate that's important is the voter approval rate, which is 0.770108. That rate would give the county an additional $1.851 million in revenue. That's the rate that you cannot go over without triggering an automatic election. Anything in between is fine, it won't trigger an election, but if you go over that voter approval rate, it triggers the election. And the other scenarios that I was asked to provide the county is if the rate stays the same this year as it was last year, that would generate an additional $1.785 million in revenue. Slightly lower than that, a rate of 0.757802 would provide $1,498,000 in additional revenue, and slightly lower than that, a rate of 0.747802 would still provide about $1.2 million in taxable in revenue. So those are the values that we have for this year, and those are the various scenarios. I guess basically the most important thing is to understand that anything below the voter approval rate of 0.770108 will not trigger an automatic election, and anything above the 0.725661, which is the no new revenue rate, anything above that is considered a tax increase. That's basically all I have. If y'all have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them or at any time.
Anybody have any questions? If there's no question, thank you so much, appreciate it.
Thank you, Carlos.
Okay, so, given the information that has been provided, we completed and I filed the proposed budget, 2026 budget. And it had the no new revenue tax rate on it. Based on that information, you know, our beginning general fund balance is gonna be 10.4 million. After calculating the general fund and transfers, and before I say that, I did have to file an addendum to the proposed budget that I filed. So I filed an addendum on August 19th, and the addendum had to include and incorporate the statutory supplement increases that are state mandated by the 2025 legislative session, and that gave increases to the constitutional county judge, the county court at law judge, the district court judges, and the county attorney. Those, originally, I had not put it on the proposed budget because I felt like it was more transparent for me to speak on it today and on September 3rd on our budget workshop. But after talking with our county attorney and our district judge and our attorney from Texas Association of Counties, for the same reason that I thought it was more transparent not to put it on there, they advised me to put it on there. So that's why I filed the addendum to the 2026 budget. Based on that addendum, if you have the proposed budget revenues and the proposed budget expenditures, total general fund and transfers, we are negative $951,573.27. That's on the second page right here for you guys. The general fund, it looks a little better on the general fund, but the general fund, we had 22,053,599 in revenue, and then we had 21,426,676 on the expenditures. That gives us 632,922 in the positive. But that's deceiving, you know. I'm sharing that number because it's a positive for us. We've made good decisions in the past, but that doesn't mean that we have money now. Going into before I go into into the recommendation and projected increases, I do want to itemize the increases that I did provide in the amended budget. Excuse me. Those increases and expenditures were from insurance premiums of $100,000, fringe and group insurance, $84,000. I included a salary part-time janitorial increase of $50,000. I will explain that in detail on the first budget hearing on the 3rd. Janitorial overtime, $30,000, and the statutory supplements of $60,410. So from last year's budget to this year's budget, which we were very conservative, myself and County Auditor Cindy Garcia, were very conservative on the information that we provided on the budget and the numbers that we included. And that included $324,410 of the increases that I just itemized for you guys. So going into the decision that we have to make on the tax rate, we have to cover, in order to stay in the black, which it's been a very tough thing to do here in Jim Wells County. I think we approved budgets in the black, I think back in 17 and 18, somewhere around there. That is definitely the goal. We want to present the best budget that we can and in the black. But just because we file a budget that's in the negative doesn't mean that we necessarily are going to end up in the negative at the end of the year. But that being said, the recommendations, everything that I have explained, going into budget, coupled with any requests from the departments, we're trying to accommodate a salary increase, a cost of living salary increase, which if we do a 3%, it'll cost somewhere at $399,000. If we did a 5%, $600,000, somewhere along those lines. So that's one of the recommendations that's projected. The second one that we have to address, and we'll address it with the sheriff during budget hearings, but the jail overcrowding, it could cost us anywhere from $600,000 to $700,000 next year. The other one is roads that we've been discussing at an earlier agenda item. That is to be determined, but the inclination is that we do want to put some more money into our roads. Whether we get it from the general fund or another fund, that'll be taken on September 3rd, also on the first budget hearing. But that being said, you know, we're talking about the negative 951,000 plus, if we went 3%, 399,000, the jail overcrowding, 600,000, between 600,000 and 700,000, and then the roads. So we're talking about 1.6, 1.7, somewhere around there. Double check on that. Take that back, it's 1.9. So we have work to do on the budget. We have work to do on selecting the tax rate. So that being said, is there any questions?
I have a question, Judge. On this, statutory supplements, $60,000 worth. They say mandated by the state.
Right.
And it covers the district judge, county judge, and county court of law, which the county judge is 4410 increase. The district judge is 7,000, and the county court of law is 21,000. And
And
that is, you're saying that that's the state mandate? They send us a letter?
yes,
Where's the letter?
the letter, let me see, do I have it here? I do not have the letter with me here. I have to get it at my office. What, do you need proof, or what, is that what you need?
I'd like to be some transparent. I want to see why those increases so high, because I understood in the past, we were allowed to go from this amount to this amount, anywhere in between, according to what the commissioners court would approve. So in the past, we've hit that highest number, and I want to make sure that we're within our rights.
Mr. Guerra might be able to answer that. When this mandate came in that letter, what you're talking about, I was looking for it. It didn't say anything of the sort on that letter. Did you see any, on that letter, Mike? Mr. Guerra?
I'm not familiar with the letter. I know Senate Bill 293 was passed by the state.
Okay. I can recess and go get a copy of the letter. I don't have no problem with it.
Yeah, it's the first time in 12 years that they've raised the benchmark salary for district judges. The last time was 2013.
And I know that, for the district judge and the county court at law judge, the amounts are daunting, but that's coming from the state, and it's mandated. You're talking about the 1,000 less and stuff like that, right? Is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
I've seen a letter in the past where it was, the commissioners court could approve from this minimum to the max, anything according to what we felt was right. So I want to know, where do these numbers come from? I want to see where these numbers come from, where the state is telling us we got to do these numbers.
No problem, I have a problem with
And
that.
so we can have an answer to the people when they ask us, there it is. This is what we have to do. So if we have to do that, there it is. But I want to be able to be transparent with the people to say, why are we giving this huge amounts?
Okay,
21,000?
I just told you they haven't raised it in 12 years.
okay, tell you what, that is on there. I'm not taking it off. There's no way I can take it off. I can't amend it right now. So for that, if you want to see that September 3rd, I'll attach it to everything that needs to be done, or I can give it to you right after court. But right now, having the letter in front of us, it's not going to change anything that's there. We'd have to change it through the budget hearing. But I don't think we could change it. But I'll show you the letter.
These salary increases here, is that from general fund? Or is this from our own personal budgets?
Oh, that's a Cindy question. I'm not sure, but we can answer that. Those are gonna be recommendations going into the budget hearings. So, well, we can address any of those questions or anything when Cindy's back on September 3rd. But right now, what we have to figure out is where we're gonna start. And let me give you some insight on the tax rate. On the tax rate, last year, we elected to go with the current tax rate. And I would like to do that, not for the intention that we're gonna go with that rate. The issue is if we go lower, like say, instead of going 76 cents, we go 74 cents, and we go through all the budget hearings and we find out, hey, well, we're gonna need the 76. Well, you can't go back up. Once we set the proposed rate today, you can only go down, you cannot go up. So, going with, the current tax rate, which is 76.767802, is a safety net for us. Not necessarily that that's what we're gonna do. It could be that that's what we're gonna do, but it's not necessarily that that's what we're gonna do. It's a safety net that protects us. If you go down to 75, that levy would give us 1.7 million. And if we go at 74, I take that back. On 75, it'll give us 1.4 million, almost 1.5. And the other optional tax rate is 74 cents. It'll give us 1.2 million.
And then we would, just for information purposes, we won't have, until we do all the approvals, we won't have a number to say what tax rate we want to hit, so.
Right.
Basically, that's what it is, right?
Right, and that's why we want, the ideal thing to do for our safety net is to approve the current tax rate, which is 0.767. And then we can go down, or we can stay there, or we can go down depending on the increase of the budget after our workshops.
Need a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the current tax rate
Oh,
of 0.767802.
Second motion.
I have a motion and I have a second. I'm gonna take a record vote. Since Mr. Gonzalez, you made the motion, I'll start with you.
Aye.
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye also. That's all we need right there, right, Mr. Guerra? Just the record vote like that, everything's good? Okay, so motion passes. We will start the proposed tax rate at 0.7677802. Okay, let me get this out of there. That took care of agenda item number 14, and we took care of agenda item number 15. Agenda item number 16, discuss, consider, and take action approving the 2026 budget process schedule. And I know I have. You have one already? Okay.
Yes, I have one.
Everybody has one or no?
Yeah, I have one. No, I don't.
Okay, okay. Okay, what we usually do is, for transparency purposes and to allow all the other elected officials and department heads, they should have already got this. I just want to make sure that we go over it in court. And so Friday, the 15th, August 15th, we filed the proposed budget. And then on the 19th, I filed the amended budget, which is not on here. But Friday, the 22nd, which is today, we've done the 2025 proposed tax rate. On Wednesday, September 3rd, 9 a.m., we'll hold the first budget workshop. And then on Friday, the 5th, we'll hold the second workshop. And I don't know why it is, but it feels like we're moving earlier and earlier every year. And next year, I definitely want to start the process a little earlier. I know it's tough. Mr. Rodriguez is the one who has to give us all the numbers, but not only us, every other taxing entity in the county. So kudos to you. I know it's been a tough 2 or 3 months for you. So on September 26th, September 26th should give us enough time to do everything that needs to be done, including any requirements of posting in newspapers or anything like that. Now, if needed, we have Monday, September 29th, and Tuesday, September 30th as backups to adopt the county budget, to ratify the property taxes reflected in the 2026 budget, and set the 2025 tax rate. And I entertain a motion.
Motion to approve items presented, Judge?
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 17, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 18, discuss, consider, and take action to approve county auditors' reports. The first one is the sales tax, monthly sales tax report for July 31st. If you go down to the second page, you'll see that basically all the entities except Fremont, and what I mean by all the entities is the Jim Wells County, City of Alice, City of Orange Grove, and the City of Fremont. All the entities took a little dip for July, except for Fremont.
Crazy, ain't it? They got hurt by the bypass, but yet their sales tax is up.
Yeah. They're going up, well,
And it's the store that already opened up, and they're gonna have another one coming up, so it'll help.
should have another, two more coming up. Two more. So you go to the last page, compared to 2025 revenue and 2024, comparison, we're down about $1,608. Altogether, 22,000. So we're keeping a close eye on it. I'm anticipating that, hopefully, I think the dip is because majority of the families that had students going to school spend money elsewhere, except in Alice, only because they probably didn't have some of the stuff they needed. So I encourage everybody out there, all families, to shop Alice, shop Fremont, Orange Grove, and shop Jim Wells County. Let's keep the money in the county. I anticipate that we might show some slight increases this month and next month.
We got some new businesses coming up, so should increase the sales tax.
Yes, definitely. This is what.
That Seven Brew, what is it called?
Yes.
Seven Brew,
Seven Brew and the Stripes.
yeah, the Stripe store.
And the, let's see, where's the other report? Auditor, let me see. Auditor's report, for revenues and expenditures. Our revenues are at 90%. Our expenditures, we're supposed to be at 58%. As a whole, we're at 57, or at the general, we're at 57. So on the general, we're at 1% variance. That word variance is very important. I'm hoping that between now and the end of December, that variance increases by 3 or 4 or 5, the more the better. But this is what gives us the inclination that, and I say inclination, but I believe it wholeheartedly, that our departments are are taking care of their budget. They're managing their budgets well. They're not spending money to spend money. They're doing it as they need, and not as they want. So all you guys out there, we appreciate y'all considering your consideration for the budgets and consideration that you all are saving the county.
Judge, if I may, on the expenditures here on the road and bridge, I'm at 48%, and I had made a comment out here a while back that I was way under my budget. It was due because we hadn't done any road work. So I just want to add to the fact that we already started doing road work, so that number's going to drastically change quick. Because we're, like I said, we already did 4 miles, so we're spending some money. We're not spending, I'm sorry. We're investing your money in the roads, on the roads.
And total expenditures altogether, we're right at 58. So general fund, we're at 57. Altogether, we're at 58. So hopefully, in the near future, the variances will.
Judge, you're not supposed to be over, what, 58?
58. Can I entertain a motion?
Motion to approve items presented, Judge?
I have a motion, do I have a second? Second. Okay, Mr. Garcia, second. I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 19, discuss, consider, and take action on payroll and bills as submitted by county auditor with the exception of Fund 52, 53, and 54. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, say sign. Motion carries.
I want to go back to number 3.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go back to public testimony. Commissioner, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all public officials, everybody for serving Jim Wells County. One thing that I'd like to ask before we start the budget process is maybe instead of asking for more, we look at ways to do more, but with less. And you're not gonna be probably the most popular person in your office by doing this, but it can be done. I did it. I made one move this year. I saved $40,000 and some cents. And that was one thing I did in my budget. And when I first came into office, I mean, my first probably 2 months, I don't know how much I cut. And it was a lot of little things, but it adds up. And if we all do that, if we all just start making little cuts here and there, it'll make a big difference within the county, and we don't have to go up on our taxes. And, you know, I want to challenge everybody to maybe do the same. Look into it. And like I said, you know, you're not going to, you might, you know, make some enemies. I did. But you have to do what you have to do. What's right is right. And if you don't have it, don't ask. You know, if you don't really need it, don't ask for it. I mean, we're gonna have to stretch this money.
I have the same concerns, Commissioner. You know, it's always a challenge. You know, the challenge has always been the last few years, you know, especially from the down, you know, when the oil field went away, you know, it's been a challenge every year to approve a very conservative budget. And, you know, and if you don't need it, like you say, don't ask for it. And I'm here to tell you, if I think something's not needed, I'm gonna voice it. I represent the whole county, especially my constituents. And if you know, if anything we do to save, like, I'm very glad that our tax rates stayed the same. Hopefully we can lower it. Last year we had to go up 2 pennies. and I think I've voiced it before, I think we're probably gonna get them back this year. Because that's what, that's how tax rates work. Might go up one year, and then the state of the economy tells you, oh, we did a little bit better, it goes down. That's the nature of taxes. It's a roller coaster. A lot of people, oh, you all raise taxes. Yeah, okay, wait till next year. The economy improves, our taxes go down. That's the way it works. So in saying that, I voice your concerns.
I mean, it can be, I know it can be done. There's got to be there's waste. We just got to get rid of it. Find it, get rid of it.
On that note, that Renee just mentioned, do more with less. That's exactly what Precinct 1 has done this year. We've done a lot of things new and more efficiently. We've managed to purchase some equipment and progress in fixing some roads, and, it just takes a little bit more of an effort and an organization, and you can save some money. That's all I got.
Anybody else?
I'm not gonna say anything because it's not an item in the agenda, sir, so I'm just gonna go
Oh,
ahead
it's
and
okay.
go forward with it.
It's public testimony. It's public testimony.
It's become a discussion, I don't wanna go there.
We've been real tight on that, but there's some flexibility on that. We're not making any decision on it. And we're not talking about a particular item, per se. That being said, anybody else like to address the court this time? Hearing none, can I entertain a motion?
Sheriff, you got anything to say? Guerrero? Guerrero? Thank you, sir. Mr. Brown?
We are, I'll say something.
Yes, please, that's the one I wanna hear. I wanna hear that.
I'll say something. Lance
Member.
Brown, Jim Wells County Emergency Management. We've been watching our KBDIs here. They've kind of been fluctuating. We get some showers on the north side. We get some showers in Fremont. Been in with other EMCs throughout the county, Ms. D. Hawkins. They recently went into a burn ban in Nueces County. They were about 40 ticks higher than what we are. I know that on the north side, we took some showers. So our KBDIs, they're running about 24 to 48 hours behind. So the rains that we got this week, they have not caught up. So it's saying that it's a little bit higher. So just be extremely cautious. Right now, we are not under a burn ban, praying for some rain so we don't have to go into a burn ban. So just be extremely cautious, keeping up with all the fire departments. Knock on wood, our call volume has still been relatively low. But just be extremely cautious because we are right there at the threshold, if not above. So we're going to be monitoring it. And we might have to put it on the agenda on the next Commissioner's Court. But as of right now, just please don't do anything ignorant to hurt yourself or your properties.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn? Or we already did?
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion. I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.